So in this video, I'm going to show you how to use Descript to create AI videos, which means you make a video very quickly based on one of three things. You can upload a video file. So if you have a video recording of you talking and presenting something, you can upload that. It will cut out the filler, add visuals, and throw in B-roll. Now, I have tested that several times and I do not get good results. It does not generate all the B-roll I need. Actually, I'm just going to show you what it did so you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so here's one. It's 24 minutes long, and I pulled the video in, and it created 176 different scenes. But most of the scenes said the image generation was rejected, which meant I was going to have to go through and build out every single scene. That was not something I was planning to do with this particular video. Normally with this video, it's just a static screen. It's a podcast. But I thought, I'd add these visuals. So that did not work. I was not able to make that leap into something more engaging because I was going to have to go through and add all these images, and that was going to take too much time. Some of them generated, but not very many. So that's the problem I've had with that particular form of creating them, uploading the video file. So it needs to be short. That would be my advice on that. Those videos that I did were all over 20 minutes. And I did upload a shorter video and it worked. So it needs to be short. Okay, now generate from a prompt. This is amazing. If you're just needing short little videos to use on your channel, this is what you need. So for example, that's a video that would work for my channel. The next screen is going to ask you if you want an avatar. So you only get 10 minutes of speaking avatars. So you want to be picky about when you're going to use that. I use no avatar. And then you also want to choose your voice. Choose Dolores. And then you can choose to just use stock media, or you can have it generate images for you. So I'm going to have it generate images. Now, with these, I've noticed it almost always generates all the images for me. So that's great, but it's a very short video. So what I'm getting at is the technology is really great. It will produce some pretty quality content and it will generate all of the images. So you can actually see it working there in the background. It's making all its finishing touches. And then when it's done, you can either export it if you completely trust it, or you can edit it. I always suggest editing. You'll want to see what was produced. So it has generated all of the images and they're very cute. And we've got 10 total scenes. Now, the only problem I've noticed with doing this is I would really like for the aspect ratio to be set before the content is generated. As of now, it only generates in the 16:9 aspect ratio. So if I wanted in a different aspect ratio, for example, for a short, which is what I want, I need to change it, and then I have to go through and adjust all the images. So I don't really like that. Okay, so I went through and I adjusted all the images here, and now I'm going to use Underlord to draft a YouTube description. I really like this feature. What I don't like is it doesn't automate when I export, and I'll show you what I mean here in a minute. So I need to copy this into memory, and then I'm going to export it. What I would love is if the description automatically was populated here, but it is not. So you have to do that yourself. And then you've got to sign into your YouTube. You'll have to do this every day, which is great because for me, I run several different YouTube channels and I want to sign into them separately so I don't accidentally publish to one of them that's not supposed to be published to. So I'm going to publish to Innovations. I'm going to actually change this to public. It will be default private. So if you want to send it on in, go ahead and do public, and then I will go ahead and export that short to my channel, and I will link it below so you can see what it looks like. Okay, now there's another way with the AI. You can paste in a script. So, and it's the same process. Now, keep in mind, you want to keep this short. Like I said, with really long content, it tends to glitch and not generate the images. So I'm going to go to Gemini and ask for a script. I'm going to ask for an essay, because when I ask for video scripts, it always gives me on-screen instructions, and I don't want that. I just want the words. And I'm not going to even read this. I'm just going to take it and go back and type that in. Oh, it can only be 300 words. Okay. So it automatically keeps it short for you. So it knows its limits. Okay. Continue. And I'm going to choose
Life is like a camera.
Tyler. And I'm going to use stock media this time so you can see what that looks like. Now with Descript, you do have limits on the amount of voice that you can generate. And you've got limits on your avatars and your transcriptions. And I will show you how to find that information here in just a moment. This won't take much longer. I've been on it for 2 weeks and I haven't even come close to using up my limits. Although I'm not using the avatar feature because I know I would burn through that very quickly. Okay, it's done. We will choose to edit. It did not generate the B-roll. Now, sometimes it takes a minute, so I'm going to come back. It's looking like it did not generate a whole lot, but we'll check on that in a minute. So you go up here to your little icon avatar, settings, usage, and then it's going to show you basically everything that you've used. How many times you've used Underlord, your text-to-speech minutes. So you can see here, text-to-speech, I've only used 10 minutes of 2 hours, which I find that very hard to believe because I've generated a lot of videos. And then you've got your dubbing minutes. That's when you translate to a new language, and then your avatar minutes. And then your transcriptions is right here. So I think on mine, I get 30 hours a month. So I've only used 7 hours, which also seems impossible because it seems like I've done so much. So it actually really lasts. Okay, let's go back and see here. So see, it just took a moment to generate it. So it seemed like it wasn't going to do it, but it did. Now, on the longer videos, the 20-minute videos I just showed you, they're still blank, and those were done like 2 weeks ago. So they're not generating. So when it's really long content, it does not generate. So here we go. So I'm going to go to Underlord, just like I did before, draft the description, and then I will copy that. So just like before, I actually want this as a short. So I've got to go through and change all this to a different size. And I think this is a good size, honestly. I don't think it needs to take up the entire screen because you got your text down there for people to read. This, I don't even know what that image is. So I do want to replace that. One way to replace so that it's all the same size and layout is to use the replace media. Instead of manually adding a new image, just choose replace. We'll add stock and we'll just do computer. Do this person typing. It's going to take a moment to import it, and you will see it will take up the same amount of space. It's the exact same thing, and that way you don't have to worry about resizing. Oh, here's another one. Okay, on this one we will replace, and I'm going to show you how to generate an image. You get unlimited image generation as far as I can tell. I don't see any limits on that whatsoever. These are not very photographic, honestly. It doesn't look like a photograph like the others, but that's okay. I don't care. That's how you do that. But I need to finish resizing all these. And this one is a duplicate. We've already used this one before. I don't like that. Let's go ahead and replace it. Okay. Just gonna get the rest of these all generated here. Okay, and then just like before, I'm going to use Underlord to generate a description. Copy that. Go to export. Now, since I did just sign in, I am still signed into that same account. So once you sign in, it does keep you signed in for a few hours, but you can always choose switch accounts if you know you're signed in to a different one or you just want to double check. So I've put that in, and I'm going to change this to public, and I will export that, and I will also link that video below so you can see what that one looks like. So those are the 3 ways you can use AI to generate videos very quickly, get your B-roll and your images added to the video, and get it exported to your YouTube channel very quickly using Descript. I highly recommend this software. If you liked this video, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and if you get a chance, check out my website, www.innovationsforedu.com, where I sell all kinds of digital downloads and some cool t-shirts. And thanks for watching.